Oh my God. I'm a writer. Oh, that's so weird. I'm a writer. What? And I guess I'll be an official poet in a few days. It's arrived! So my proof is here. It feels quite thin, which is what I was expecting because it is just a poetry collection. So I'm not expecting, I wasn't expecting it to be as big as say like my last book. Oh, here we are. I got it. Right, let's have a look. Oh my goodness. It's matte. Oh my God. Oh my God, they cut it perfect. Okay, so this is the front cover that I got some of you to vote on, which is cool. So it's sized perfectly fine, including the spine and obviously the back. So I'm really, really pleased about that. And obviously you've got the not for resale across the front, which I actually kind of like that stuff. I know a lot of writers don't like it, but I personally kind of like it. But yeah, so far so good. I even got like my picture on the back too, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I'm really pleased. Wow. Oh my God. So excited. So excited. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's so cool, guys. That's so cool. I even like set it up so that I would have in the back information on my previous book. And I commissioned an artist to do a portrait of me for my 30th. So I've used that as the profile picture for the author page. And then I've put his name at the side. I think maybe I should just add his Instagram. I'm not sure, maybe I should just ask him. Because then that way, if you guys want to commission art as well, you can do so. But I've put his name on the side. But yeah, that's really cool. I'm so pleased. And in the acknowledgements, which is at the back, I sort of thanked quite a few people, which was quite nice. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this copy. It's really cool. Hopefully you guys liked that weird intro. I'm really sorry if it was just pure cheese, but that's what this channel is about. It's about me giving you loads of cheese. But yeah, anyway, so it is now the next day. I have a copy of my proof, which is what I was talking about in that weird intro thing just there. And I'm going through it. Last night, my fiance read through the entire booklet, chapbook, I don't know what you really call this, collection, within the space of maybe like 25 minutes, because he's a pretty fast reader too. And it's not exactly very thick, if you can sort of see, it's actually kind of thin. So it's a very quick read. So I'm absolutely dying to get this out to you guys, the public, as soon as possible. But as he was going through it, he was also helping me to sort of do like a last proof edit, as it were. So that's what I'm currently working on right now on my laptop. And I'm just making a few changes throughout. He did laugh a few times because I do have a few poems in here, which were, I wrote them, but I didn't actually give them titles. I kind of gave them like a phrase, which was untitled, and then the date, but purely in number form and without any sort of like hyphens or anything to indicate that it's a date. So it was like the word untitled with just a random code that came up after it. So I decided when I came around to actually editing those particular poems to add them to this particular collection, I took out the codes because I didn't want the timestamps, and I kind of left them as untitled. When I went through the second edit of the entire collection, I went back to those particular untitled poems and then added like the first word or from like the first line of the poem, or just pulled out a word that sort of seemed to sum up what that entire poem was going to be about. So I had the words untitled and then the actual word. I'll give you an example. I've just thought, I've got a contents page. So untitled, rising, and untitled madness, which are here. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'm filming on my phone. So I thought they were kind of cool, kind of edgy looking with the, you know, really mundane font that I've got. And my fiance laughed and was like, why would you call them untitled if you've got a title right after them? So I'm trying to tweak the whole collection now, just little things I'm tweaking here and there. And the good thing about ordering a proof if you are self-publishing is that when you do get the opportunity to go through your proof, you can look at the font, you can look at the sizes, you can decide how you want your book to look, but there's something about having it in your hands that kind of makes it all the more real. You don't necessarily have to order a proof copy. You can just print out a few pages if that makes things a lot easier. And then just sort of put together like a little chapbook or something, or just your own sort of like stack of chapters, I don't know. But putting them all together is kind of handy because then you can get an idea of what it's going to look like in someone else's hands, in your own hands. So it's been really handy to sort of have this. So I'm tweaking titles at the moment. I'm also adding a couple more images throughout the book to try and indicate the separations between the 3 sections. And I just need to sort out the bit in the back about a previous book that I'd come out with, which was this one here. There's literally no information, none at all. So I'm gonna add a couple of sentences or something just here, just to indicate this book that came out 5 months ago, just in case anyone's interested. You can get a bit of information on it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just a couple pages, a couple more page breaks, and I think we're done. And I think that'll be it. Then it'll be ready to launch. So once I'm done, I'll be done. And then I'm putting it straight out onto the market. So with that said, today is the 14th. Yesterday was obviously the 13th. My goal and my aim is to get it up and ready for the market for the 22nd of September, because it will mark 5 months since I've published my first book. And I kind of like the idea of publishing on the 22nd. I'm going to look at the calendar. If anything changes, if I find out that day is a Sunday, then I may publish, I may not, I don't know. But I will put up updates over on my Twitter just to let you guys know what's happening. But yes, I'm so close to the end. I'm so close to the end of getting this published. It's taken forever to get this kind of compiled and put together, and to get me feeling confident enough to put my poetry out there. But I will explain all of that in another video when I explain more about this particular book. So yeah, just thought I'd give you guys a little update. It's really cool. Thanks for watching. Making lots and lots of tweaks. So I'm just trying to sort of like separate, because like each chapter's got 1-word phrases. So I'm just trying to edit those and changing all the journal entries, fonts, sizes and things, so it all fits. Gosh, I'm so excited.